Alright, so I'm Jason. I'm a rising senior at Cherry Creek High School, and for my starter project I did this, which is a laser target kit. So the cool thing about the laser targeting kit is it has a potentiometer, or basically a variable resistor, right here on the front. So you can change the sensitivity of the overall project, which in this case means it doesn't work. Unless you fiddle with it for 10 minutes. There we go. Maybe you can see it lighting up there. Can you?
Can't
So
see it.
it just works that way. That is one issue with it. You just spend 20 minutes trying to get it to work just right, and it never does.
Use mine.
I'm gonna put it down and stop playing with it. That was my starter project. It came in a kit, so it was pretty simple. One thing I did learn from that is always check your diagrams, because I put some resistors in the wrong places at first.
I'm his dad, I would have reminded him.
Moving on to that, my main project was a remote control tank. The chassis was just a little set up, plastic bits, came from Tamiya. So that was pretty easy to set up. It's got a double gearbox, so it's got 2 motors and 2 gearboxes, one for the right side, one for the left side, and it's all contained in one housing. They're set up on the same ratio, so that way one side doesn't go faster than the other. It's controlled with an Arduino Uno and a motor shield combination to control 2 DC motors and gearbox. Other than that, there's a PS2 controller dongle, which is what you usually plug into PS2's console to communicate with your wireless PS2 controller, and a ping ultrasonic distance sensor on the front for object avoidance, or in this case automatic braking. So basically the way this works is easy is I just control it with not pushing the mat up and seeing it. Alright, so I'm going to stop moving it around because it's just sensing the mat for some reason. And so the way this is done is ping sensor is just constantly sending out the sound, and when it bounces back, it takes a certain amount of time to return, and based on that time, it's easy to calculate the distance of the object because it's the only speed of sound. So if you put your hand in front of it, it backs away from it because it doesn't want to hit it. However, I also work. I'm not dropping you on the floor again. Yeah, we'll turn you off. That does happen occasionally. I look great now. I did program in a way for what I call a juggernaut mode, where you can press a button and it will ignore the ping sensor, so you can drive around and make it randomly into whatever you want. Chairs, feet. I did have quite a few problems coming on this, the first of which was of an electrical nature. I was trying to power with a 9-volt battery, which didn't provide enough current to power both motors and the PS2 controller. So I switched to 6 AA batteries, which, even though it's less voltage, worked. Magic. I'm not an electrical engineer, Gary. Other than that, the first major problem I encountered was the PS2 controller, which initially we had the wrong different type of controllers, which we think we're using a different kind of software maybe. And so while we could plug it in, it just wouldn't work with the code we were using. And so that was great fun. But once we got the new controllers, that we sorted out pretty easily. Beyond that, when I was incorporating the ping sensor, we're just going to stay off because you're not really Incorporating the ping sensor was pretty easy. It's relatively simple to learn, and that was fun. But the biggest problem definitely came with the part that I didn't actually get finished because I was trying to do a GPS return to start function. So turn it on, drive about, hit a button, and it knows where it is, knows where it was, and goes back to where it started. I got the GPS early last week. So I was already pressured for time to getting it to work. I got it working, figured out, oh, it doesn't really work that well inside. Finally went out, got it, went outside, went, okay, getting this to work. It says it's facing 220 degrees. Turn around. It says it's facing 200 degrees. What's wrong here? So I went, all right, so the angle function isn't working, and I'll need to get a compass to figure out which way I'm facing so I can make this work. So we got a compass, and I got the compass Friday. That was fun. Got the compass Friday, and then had a similar issue of I'd be facing one way, 220 degrees, 280 degrees, 320 degrees, 110 degrees, 100, wait. And by that time I was like, okay, what the heck is going on? So that was fun, and I couldn't get it done in time. I wish I could have, because that would have been really cool to show everybody. But beyond that, I had a really great time doing this. It was really fun. I'm definitely going to be going into engineering as a field, and I'm looking forward to it. Any questions?